Here we have a question about limits, and actually a limit that is an equation, and this one got answered correctly by 53% of people. So if you want to try this one for yourself, you can pause the video and have a go at it. So the question is determine the set of all values A element of R for which the limit of n going to plus infinity of the root of 1 minus a squared times n squared plus a to the third times n to the fourth all over n plus n squared equals to 8. Good, you can see that the largest value of n, or rather the largest exponent of n, will be n squared, or under the root n to the fourth. So we will divide by n squared everywhere, or n to the fourth under the root. So that gives us the limit for n going to infinity of 1 minus a. And I see I forgot the square here, but as it turned out, it will not matter. So we get n squared over n to the fourth plus a to the third by times n to the fourth, also divided by n to the fourth, and then in the denominator we get n divided by n squared and plus n squared divided by n squared. So that gives you 1 minus a squared, again should be to the second power squared here, but times 1 over n squared plus a to the third all over, well, square root all over 1 over n plus 1. But for n going to infinity, you can see this turns out to be 0, as will this. So you get the square root of 0 plus a to the third over 0 plus 1, or the square root of a to the third. And we know the square root of a to the third, the whole thing, is 8. So we square to get rid of the square root, so we get eventually a to the third is 64. Of course, we take the cube root on both sides, which gives us a is 4. And that's answer D. So there's actually one element in this set.